Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Dr. Michael Leitner, Vice President, Educational Activities and Chair of the IEEE Educational Activities Board.
Thank you very much and good evening. President Stecker, President-elect DeMarca, past President Day, this evening's EAB Award recipients, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mike Leitner. I'm the IEEE Vice President of Educational Activities and Chair of the IEEE Educational Activities Board. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this very special event, the awards presentation of the 2012 IEEE Educational Activities Board. This evening's awards ceremony allows the Educational Activities Board to recognize outstanding engineers, scientists, educators, and companies for their contributions to the profession. Tonight's awards and the people we are honoring reinforce the centrality of education to the mission of the IEEE. Recognizing these awardees and the publicity they will receive in our community will inspire others to excellence in all facets of engineering education. In this context, it is important to note the global nature of the IEEE. The activities and programs we are recognizing tonight took place in more than 40 countries and in some cases represent careers spanning many decades. First, I'd like to express EAB's gratitude to IEEE President and CEO Dr. Peter Stecker for allowing us to present these 2012 awards today, since the ravages of Hurricane Sandy did not permit us to do this last November in New Brunswick. I would also like to thank all the recipients and guests for juggling their schedules in order to attend our event here in Austin. While not everyone was able to attend due to other commitments, most are here, and we're very pleased that they're able to make it. Joining me this evening for the presentation of these awards are IEEE past President, Dr. Gordon Day, and the 2012 Chair of the EAB Awards and Recognition Committee, Dr. S.K. Ramesh. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite the 2012 President of IEEE, Dr. Gordon Day, to say a few words and welcome our recipients and guests. Gordon?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thanks very much, Mike, and I'd like to add my welcome to all of you as well. I don't consider myself to be an educator, but I'm really happy to be a part of this event, and I'd like to tell you why. I don't think I need to convince anyone in this room that engineers have done more to advance the quality of life and build prosperity over the last century or two than any other profession. It's not a new idea. It's something that Adam Smith talked about in the 18th century. The Austrian economist Joseph Schumpeter talked about a lot more in the early part of the 20th century. He's the one who coined the term creative destruction, which describes how new technologies replace old ones. And then there was Robert Solow, who won the Nobel Prize in Economics for showing that 3/4 or more of economic growth came from technical innovation. So the importance of innovation is a settled topic. What's not settled is the best way to stimulate innovation. And there are plenty of tools that governments and other institutions can use for that purpose. The question is what works best. And that's an ongoing and very active policy discussion. A couple years ago, I was invited to a workshop at the Organization for Economic Development and Cooperation, OECD, in Paris. They put me on a panel called Stimulating Innovation on a Shoestring. I sort of knew what I wanted to say, but I needed some help on how to say it, so I called up Chris Brantley, who's the managing director of IEEE USA in Washington. I told Chris I needed some sound bites, and he gave me a great one. He said, governments don't innovate, companies don't innovate, universities don't innovate, people innovate. It's one of the best ways that I've found to think about how to stimulate innovation. It means that we need to focus first on the workforce. Before we argue about research investments, before we build infrastructure, before we create research parks or do anything else. And it's true in the United States, it's true in Europe, it's true in Africa and India and China and anywhere else that you can think about. And of course, education is the key to workforce development. So if we want to stimulate innovation, create prosperity, our first investments need to be in education. We need to start at the beginning, before our children start to think about their careers, and continue that through elementary school and secondary school and universities, and on through the evolution of our careers. We need to support the education of technologists and potential technologists from K to R, from kindergarten to retirement. And that's what many of you do every day. It's what we're celebrating tonight. Education is really important work across that whole span, and that's why I'm glad to be here to celebrate with you, to celebrate the contributions who do the work that's really on the ground floor of innovation. So my congratulations to all of the recipients. Thank you for what you do, and I hope you enjoy the evening and the celebration. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Gordon. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing the podium with me tonight is Dr. S.K. Ramesh, Chair of the EAB Awards and Recognition Committee and Dean of Engineering at California State University, Northridge.
Thank you, Mike. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the IEEE EAB Awards and Recognition Committee for their dedicated work this past year. The 2012 EAB Awards Committee consisted of Dr. Fanny Klett, Dr. Elizabeth Bird, Mr. Ilya Jaffe, Mr. Yatin Trivedi, and Dr. Timothy Kerswig. We had an excellent group of candidates, making the committee's decisions very challenging. So a special thank you to all the nominators for your efforts in identifying well-qualified nominees that exemplify the mission of the EAB and our awards program. It's very inspiring to discover the range of innovative and original work done throughout the IEEE in the area of engineering education and the profession.
Thank you, Ramesh. IEEE is involved in a wide spectrum of education, from the primary school level to the most advanced and specialized technical workshops. This range of activities reinforces education as a fundamental focus of IEEE. The EAB Awards program seeks to identify and recognize the most effective and influential contributions within this span of offerings. We are particularly interested in projects and programs that serve practitioners and provide IEEE with long-term influence on the future of the engineering profession. This evening, we will be presenting 10 awards. Our first two awards this evening are the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Eminent Member Recognition and the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Outstanding Young Electrical and Computer Engineer Award. I would like to ask Dr. Stephen Goodnick, 2012 President of the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Board of Governors, to present these awards.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. So IEEE Eta Kappa Nu established the Eminent Member Recognition in 1950 as the Society's highest membership classification. It's conferred upon those select few whose attainments and contributions to society through leadership have resulted in significant benefits to humankind. Since 1950, only 128 individuals have received this award. There are two recipients for this recognition, and our first recipient this evening is Dr. Martian E. Ted Hoff. Ted Hoff has been an innovator and inventor for most of his life. While still an undergraduate student at Rochester Polytechnical Institute, he was a co-patent applicant for railway signaling and lighting devices. While studying at Stanford University, he patented an analog computer memory cell and a digital filter. Dr. Hoff joined Intel Corporation in 1968. As a manager of applications research at Intel, he was given a project to design a set of integrated circuits for a line of desktop calculators. Realizing that memory processing features and functions of a computer could all be contained in a single circuit, he developed the first microprocessor, a computer on the chip that was small enough and cheap enough to fit almost any device. Making computers, cameras, calculators, and dozens of other appliances and machines able to think. The chip essentially became the brains in all of today's computers. In 1975, his group at Intel developed products for telecommunications. and produced the first commercially available monolithic telephone codecs, the first commercially available switch capacitor filter, and one of the earliest digital processing chips, the Intel 2920. In 1980, he was named the first Intel Fellow, the highest technical position in the company. Dr. Hoff has been named the inventor or co-inventor of 17 United States patents. He's authored or co-authored more than 40 technical papers and articles. He has been recognized with numerous awards, primarily for his contributions to microprocessing. His IEEE awards include the Clito Bernetti Award, the IEEE Centennial Medal, the IEEE RSC Wolfson James Clark Maxwell Award, and we are pleased to add the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Eminent Member Recognition to his illustrious resume. Dr. Hoff, please join us on stage to accept this recognition. Please. Dr. Hoff, it's my privilege and honor to induct you as a new eminent member of IEEE Eta Kappa Nu for technical attainments and contributions to society through outstanding leadership in the profession of electrical and computer engineering. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words? I can hold that.
Well, first, I'd like to thank the IEEE and Eta Kappa Nu for this recognition. It is always gratifying to have your work celebrated. But there are many more areas where I would like to thank the IEEE. I mean, he mentioned some of the past recognitions, including the one in Scotland, where we were presented the award by His Royal Highness Prince Philip. But another aspect of the IEEE that's been very useful to me has been the publications that it produces, the journals and so on. In fact, a few years back, I did a database of my library, which we keep at our home, and I think I had something in the order of 3,000 IEEE publications. And I refer to these almost every day. It's really something very special. And another area where I'd like to thank the IEEE is for the workshops and conferences that it sponsors. Now, the first one I remember may have actually predated the merger that created the IEEE. That was WestCon in 1960, so it might have been the predecessor of the IEEE that sponsored it. But that's where my professor at Stanford and I got to present the LMS algorithm. And it was at solid-state circuits conferences in the late 70s, sponsored by the IEEE, where my colleagues and I from Intel got to present our work on things like the telephone codec and digital signal processors. So I have a lot to thank the IEEE for. Lastly, I'd like to thank my wife, Judy, for coming here and being with me tonight, and for all those years she's been with me, making this techie nerd one very lucky man. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our second recipient to receive this year's IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Eminent Member recognition is Dr. Young-Uk So. Dr. So, former Minister of Science and Technology of the Republic of Korea and 2003-2004 IEEE Region 10 Director, is known as an outstanding holistic engineer, recognized for applying systems theory and practice over decades on a variety of projects in the fields of automobiles, energy, transportation, defense, and information technology. His lifetime achievements in engineering of systems are exemplified by his recent induction into the Asia-Pacific Council of Systems Engineering Hall of Fame, the professional group in Asia that promotes collaboration in systems engineering and research and activities among industry. And the International Council of Systems Engineering Pioneer Award, he was a recipient of that as well. Dr. So has played a pivotal role in the development and advancement of Korea's telecommunication and defense industry. He taught at the Republic of Korea Air Force Academy and worked for its ionospheric research laboratory as director in 1970. As founding member of the Agency for Defense Development, he played a key role in building defense electronics base in Korea. In 1992, Dr. So became president of the Korea Institute of Science and Technology, KIST, and he later served as chairman of the Commission for Radio Communications Development of the Ministry of Information and Communications. In 1995, he joined South Korean Telecom as president, where he led the world's commercialization of the CDMA cellular telephone. And in 2001, became chairman of both the Korea Accreditation Board and E-Trade Promotion Committee of the Korea International Trade Association. Dr. So's unique visionary leadership continues to contribute seamlessly with remarkable distinction across governmental, corporate enterprise, professional society, and increasingly with academic circles. Dr. So, please join us on stage to accept this recognition. Please go to the center. Dr. So, it is my privilege and honor to induct you as a new eminent member of IEEE Eta Kappa Nu for technical attainments and contributions to society through outstanding leadership in the profession of electrical and computer engineering. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
I have to written down whatever I like to say today because once I started my speech, it's endless. So I was informed 20 MIN. I thought it was a 20 minutes minimum. But now I realize 2 minutes maximum. Let me say howdy, because I spent some time in Texas. I like to salute this local greeting. But some advice from old friends, don't say anything like a gigem, because I'm from the College Station. So I understand there are lots of, the Longhorn fan, so I never say anything gigem. But if I say gigem, that was my personal mistake. I met a gentleman on the plane to Austin. I found that he is a EE engineer and asked me, have you ever heard about IEEE? And then he also said, it is a transnational organization and was to join. More than a half a century ago, I came to this land of opportunity to learn how to rebuild war-devastated country, Korea. At that time, the Eta Kappa Nu induced me to become a life member. That was a really glory part of my life. I also joined IEEE. The Great Institute nominated me as a fellow for leadership in building the base of defense electronics in Korea. As a volunteer, I served IEEE Region 10 Director and IEEE Transnational Chair. Recently, the IEEE and the Eta Kappa Nu became one family and recognized me as eminent member, adding to the IEEE Life Fellow. I am so honored to receive this recognition tonight. Many thanks to you all. I share this honor with my wife, Jung-soo. Thank you very much.
Our next award this evening, the 2011 IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Outstanding Young Electrical and Computer Engineering Award, is presented to Dr. Dirk Robert Englund. Dr. Englund holds a BS in physics from the California Institute of Technology. Following a year at the Technical University of Eindhoven, where he studied spectronics as a Fulbright scholar, he received his MS in electrical engineering and PhD in applied physics from Stanford University in 2008. After postdoctoral work in the physics department at Harvard University, he joined the electrical engineering department of Columbia University as an assistant professor, with a secondary appointment in the Department of Applied Physics and Applied Mathematics. His research focuses on quantum optics and photonic nanostructures. His work focuses on building unconditionally secure cryptosystems based on entangled photons, and on quantum memories and sensors based on single electron spins in diamond color centers. Dr. Englund has recently relocated his laboratory to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Cambridge, Massachusetts. In 2011, Dr. Englund was awarded the Presidential Early Career Award for Scientists and Engineers, the highest honor bestowed by the U.S. government for outstanding scientists and engineers beginning their independent careers. He was also awarded the Sloan Research Fellowship in Physics, and recently a Defense Research Projects Agency, DARPA, Young Faculty Award to support research on what he calls a new kind of ultra-precise clock. As part of his DARPA recognition, he will receive grant funds over a period of 2 years to work on chip-integrated timing and inertial measurements. He has published more than 40 journal papers, inclusive of IEEE proceedings for his work on nanophotonic devices and quantum optics. He's published several book chapters, has several patents, and has been an invited lecturer to more than 30 conferences. Unfortunately, due to the scheduling of this event, or rescheduling of this event from November, Dr. Englund is unable to join us this evening. We're going to recognize him in his absence. The IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Outstanding Young Electrical Computer Engineering Award is presented to Dr. Englund for significant contributions to quantum photonics and the campus community. Please join me in thanking him and recognizing him.
Thank you, Steve. And congratulations, Drs. Half, Dr. So, and Dr. Englund.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the stage as our ceremony is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back your host for this evening, Dr. Michael Leitner.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your dinner, and we have an interesting program where we have 2 desserts. The first dessert is the award program and being able to honor and hear about the incredible work of our awardees, and then after that we'll have another dessert. So we continue our EAB Awards program tonight with the Major Educational Innovation Award. This award recognizes individuals who have distinguished themselves for outstanding educational innovation in the fields of interest of IEEE. This evening's recipient of the award is Dr. Douglas W. Jacobson.
Dr. Jacobson has been a pioneer of new methods for security education from pre-university through the graduate student level. He's founder and director of the Information Assurance Center at Iowa State University and is a national expert in the area of information assurance. One of the largest such programs in the country, IAC was among the first to be certified as a center of excellence by the U.S. National Security Agency. It has graduated over 150 students from certificate and undergraduate programs. Both of Dr. Jacobson's Master of Science in Information Assurance and IA certificate programs are delivered worldwide via distance education.
To encourage student interest in computer security, Dr. Jacobson established a camp for pre-university students, leading to the creation of the first cyber defense competition for high schools. His experience with these students led to the development of IT Adventures, a statewide partnership between ISU and several Iowa governmental organizations, associations, and businesses, which is dedicated to increasing an interest and awareness of information technology among pre-university students across Iowa. 40 IT clubs were established focusing on computer security, game design, and robotics. And this provides access to educational materials from ISU and allows the students to ask questions of IT professionals. About 500 pre-university students are sent to cyber defense competitions each year, raising the interest in information and in information technology education. Dr. Jacobson himself has received two R&D 100 awards. These are awards for the top 100 inventions in a given year. He has 2 patents, given over 150 presentations, and has testified before the Judiciary Committee of the United States Senate on computer security.
Dr. Jacobson, please join us on stage to accept this award. Dr. Jacobson, we are pleased to present to you the IEEE EAB Major Educational Innovation Award for creating innovative materials that support the teaching of information technology and information assurance to students of all ages. Congratulations.
Great. It's quite an honor to be recognized for my work in cybersecurity education. It's been a passion since the mid-90s. I've been involved in trying to spread the word about cybersecurity. It really is something that is a passion, something trying to get out to everybody. There's nothing more satisfying to give a presentation to a room full of people, no matter what age it is, but especially parents of kids, talking about safety on the internet, cybersecurity, and to engage those audiences in this area of cybersecurity. I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank my wife, Gwinnett, who puts up with me being gone when we're running these events. These events go over the weekends and take a lot of time. I have a lot of colleagues who work with me on these events. A lot of students. We have a very large student club, so I have a lot of students who are involved in helping with a lot of these activities. And then my department, of course, for letting me sort of create these harebrained ideas and letting me run with them. And for the local business and industry in Iowa for supporting this. And while this award sort of recognizes what I've done to date, I still know there's a lot to do. And I'm trying to encourage more of my colleagues to take up the banner and spread cybersecurity education to the masses, not just to the technical people. In conclusion, I'd like to thank IEEE and the IEEE EAB for this award and for the opportunity to sort of continue to spread the word about cybersecurity. Thank you.
Our next award is the Meritorious Achievement Award in Continuing Education. This award recognizes IEEE members for their dedicated contribution to the design, delivery, and support of continuing education courses and programs in the fields of interest to the IEEE members. The recipient of this award is Ms. Margarita Eriksson.
Over the past 12 years, Ms. Margarita Eriksson has presented more than 80 seminars and workshops on aspects of practical leadership and management, reaching over 2,500 participants in 22 countries. As a woman role model, she has inspired many women students to study electrical engineering. Several have considered her their role model for leadership and for entrepreneurship. Women engineering students usually represent 10 to 20% of her audiences, some seeking guidance from her experience as a woman engineer and how she has dealt with cultural stereotypes. Ms. Eriksson has been mentoring women students in electrical engineering at her university, the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, Sweden, and has coordinated programs geared toward mentoring electrical engineering students across Sweden. As a devoted management and leadership trainer, she shares her knowledge with others, both as a professional consultant and an IEEE volunteer. Ms. Eriksson bridges the gap between academia and the real world. She has created new training programs and trained generations of trainers. Ms. Eriksson designed the workshop Get a Flying Start, preparing individuals who are looking for, starting, or changing jobs, and 6 Thinking Hats, both of which were presented at the Region 8 Professional Activity Summit in 2009 in Leuven, Belgium. Some other workshops she has presented are the 10 Success Factors, the ABC in Body Language, presented in 2011 in Amman, Jordan, Exploring Cross-Cultural Experiences, as well as project management courses to IEEE students and members who are graduates of the last decade, our gold members, or are entrepreneurs in the beginning of their careers. Ms. Erickson, it's a pleasure to have you on stage to accept this award.
Ms. Erickson, we are pleased to present to you the IEEE EAB Meritorious Achievement Award in Continuing Education for exceptional leadership in organizing and delivering practical leadership and management training to young entrepreneurs, IEEE students, and graduates of the last decade. Congratulations.
This is fantastic. I have a little piece of paper. It's readable. First of all, thank you very much for giving me this award, because the highest distinction is to get an award from your peers. And I have a special thanks for my past Sweden section chair, Igor. He's been promoting this for 3 years and saying, you really deserve this. And I said, well. And there must be something wrong, because you didn't get it the first year, you didn't get it the second year. So he was actually contacting staff at IEEE saying, there must be something wrong, because I read the other's credential. And you're much better. Well, I'm here now. So, what can I say? I think we all have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of experience, and it's our responsibility to share that with the new generation of not yet engineers, or becoming engineers, or engineers just graduated. Because when you come out of school, you have, well, sort of believe that you can do things, technical things. But it's also about people. And people skills makes the big difference between a good engineer and a successful engineer. So therefore, share your knowledge about cooperating with people in a nice way. Take care of relations, build relations, and make sure that you create role models, as I've done among, not only by students, but others, also that there's a way to be. And it's easy to be that way, to be friendly with people and get along and produce results. So, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And, well, thank you again. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you. Our next award, the Employer Professional Development Award, recognizes organizations employing IEEE members for contributions to employee continuing education and professional development. The recipient of this award, the award this year, is Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems.
Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems is a world leader in design, development, and manufacturing of advanced electronics for military, civil, and commercial use. It provides a variety of defense electronics and systems, ranging from aerospace management, navigation, communications, marine, space, and government systems, as well as logistics services. Headquartered in Linthicum, Maryland, many of its 18,000 employees work at various locations around the world. Employee development at Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems is a cornerstone of its business performance and growth, offering a comprehensive range of learning and development programs and services to enhance employee performance through every career stage. It provides both internal and external training and tuition reimbursement for its employees. And their Education Assistance Program helps employees pursue college or post-baccalaureate studies that relate to their roles at the company. In 2012, more than 1,600 employees accessed their Educational Assistance Program. The Future Technical Leaders Program is an invitation-only 3-year recruiting and professional development opportunity for recent graduates. It includes on-the-job training, networking, and mentoring by experts in the field, and attracts several hundred students annually. It is open to recent college graduates focusing on engineering and manufacturing, business management, and supply chain management. Rotating assignments offer employees the chance to explore a variety of fields. Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems has also created a wealth of programs to support a leadership development for employees at all levels. The 360-degree feedback instrument allows leaders to receive confidential feedback from managers and coworkers, and executive education offers classes and training focused on leadership. Leadership coaching accelerates performance by pairing employees with trained, certified coaches to establish targeted goals and uncover their blind spots. In 2012, employees have participated in more than 220,000 hours of training for technical, business, engineering, leadership, and other skill development areas.
To accept this award on behalf of Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems, we are pleased to welcome Burdette Joyner. Burdette Joyner is a reliability engineer at Northrop Grumman Corporation's electronic systems sector. She's been employed with Northrop Grumman for 9 years, and she's active in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics activities within the company, including the Teachers and Engineers for Academic Achievement, TEACH, and the Discover Engineering programs. Burdette was the 2012 IEEE Chair of the Baltimore Reliability Society chapter. For her contributions in the area of software reliability and community outreach, she received a 2013 Modern Day Technology Leader Award at the nationally competitive Black Engineer of the Year conference hosted in Washington, D.C. earlier this month. Ms. Joyner, please join us on the stage to accept this award for Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems.
Ms. Joyner, we are pleased to present the IEEE EAB Employer Professional Development Award to Northrop Grumman Electronic Systems for your long-standing and continued support of their employees' professional development. Congratulations.
Wow, that sounds pretty impressive, didn't it? All the stuff Northrop does? It's like, and I work here. Okay. Greetings, IEEE Educational Activities Board, IEEE members, and guests. Thank you, IEEE EAB, for this distinguished award. I accept it on behalf of Northrop Grumman Corporation's electronic systems sector. Northrop Grumman has dedicated years of service to educational outreach programs, such as Teachers and Engineers for Academic Achievement, TEACH, and Discover Engineering, Discover E programs. With TEACH, we partner with teachers to promote engineering and the use of scientific techniques in classroom lessons and experiments. We invite the teachers to come to our facilities and we familiarize them with real-world engineering applications. We exchange our enthusiasm for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we ask them to go back to their schools and encourage their students to study engineering and other technical fields. In the Discover E program, Northrop Grumman has sent over 3,000 employees to over 1,700 school visits over a 23-year period. Each school receives a grant, and the grant is for a science or math program. To date, Northrop has donated over $2 million to these programs. I accept this award on behalf of not only Northrop Grumman, but Walter Willing. Walter Willing was my former IEEE advisor. He was an IEEE section region chair, and he was also a longtime IEEE member. He unfortunately passed away this year due to a motorcycle accident, and he's actually the one who submitted Northrop Grumman for this award. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of Walt, on behalf of Northrop Grumman, and on behalf of all the engineers who give of their time and their passion to inspire the next generation to pursue engineering and advancements in technology. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next award is a Meritorious Achievement Award in Accreditation Activities. This award recognizes IEEE members for efforts to foster the maintenance and improvement of education through the process of accreditation of engineering, engineering technology, computer science, and applied science programs. The recipient of this award this year is Dr. Kenneth F. Cooper.
Engineering accreditation significantly impacts IEEE, the profession, and the society in which we live. Not always visible to the public, the effects of engineering accreditation extend far into the future. Accreditation ensures that engineering, computing, and technology programs of today produce the quality engineering and technology professionals of tomorrow. As a program evaluator, Dr. Cooper served on 30 program teams, was chair of 12 domestic visits, 2 international visits, and was directly involved in the accreditation of more than 60 programs at 30 institutions. In a leadership capacity, Dr. Cooper served as commissioner on the ABET Engineering Accreditation Commission. Significantly for the IEEE, he served 2 terms as chair of our Committee on Engineering Accreditation Activities, CEAA, which oversees IEEE's work in the accreditation of engineering programs. During these terms, he demonstrated the leadership skills necessary to keep CEAA running effectively. Every year, CEA ensures that more than 120 evaluation visits are covered by qualified evaluators. This involves recruiting and training new evaluators and managing the pool of existing evaluators. Dr. Cooper easily accomplished the task of scheduling visit assignments as well as reviewing and processing evaluation reports. His process in the CEA, which he put in place, has led us to be able to say without doubt that CEAA is now a model for how all accreditation committees should function. Dr. Cooper's vision has also helped maintain the relevance of IEEE and CEAA in a constantly evolving engineering, computing, and technology education environment. In 1997, for example, he developed the methods to determine the impact of ABET's new EC 2000 criteria on the accreditation actions that we had been carrying out in CEAA. This year, he worked with a committee in CEAA to develop the program requirements for adding telecommunications to the portfolio of programs that the IEEE is responsible for within ABET. Thousands of technical professionals, past, current, and those soon to graduate, are direct beneficiaries of Dr. Cooper's dedication and commitment to engineering accreditation. His lifetime of achievement represents the truest ideals of IEEE and the profession.
Unfortunately, due to the rescheduling of this event, Dr. Cooper is unable to join us in person this evening. However, we wish to recognize his contributions by acknowledging them with the following award. The IEEE EAB Meritorious Achievement Award in Accreditation Activities is being presented to Dr. Cooper for exceptional leadership in accreditation processes and for continued enhancement of engineering education programs.
I'd like to add that we were able to present this award to Ken in person at the last CEAA meeting among his colleagues and peers. So we're very happy to do that. Our next award is the Pre-University Educator Award. This award recognizes current pre-university classroom teachers who have inspired students with an appreciation and understanding of mathematics, science, and technology and the engineering process, and who have encouraged students to pursue technical careers. This year, there are 2 recipients of this award, Ms. Meg Sternot and Mr. Sergio Ramos.
Mrs. Meg Sternot has been teaching 4th grade at Cumberland Road Elementary School in Fishers, Indiana, for the past 7 years. She's a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM champion, not only in the classroom, but throughout the school district and across the state of Indiana. Since 2008, Mrs. Sternot has presented at least 6 tryengineering.org lesson plans to approximately 330 elementary school students. Outside the classroom, Mrs. Sternot serves in a staff development role through facilitation of the district's in-service programs. In July and August of 2012, Meg was a facilitator and organizing force behind the first ever Hamilton Southeastern Teacher Engineering Summer Camp. Camp was a 3-day district-wide opportunity for 1st through 5th grade teachers to receive hands-on training using tri-engineering lessons. More than 60 teachers participated, ultimately reaching 2,200 students across the district. Meg is also an officer of the Indiana Association for the Gifted. Her presentations at these conferences and the Indiana Student Achievement Institute have promoted STEM education, championed the classroom benefits of the Teacher in Service program, TISP, and tri-engineering. Through workshops, She also introduced 20 teachers to Try Engineering, who ultimately teach 300 students every year. Recently, Meg presented a Try Engineering lesson for 75 to 100 teachers, potentially reaching again over 2,400 students at the Hamilton County Reading Council. While she has thanked the IEEE for providing TISP and Try Engineering lessons to promote STEM education, I believe that we can all agree that it's the IEEE that we should thank you, Mrs. Meg Sternot, for utilizing EAB's educational program materials and introducing STEM to Indiana's pre-university students. Mrs. Sternot, please join us on stage to accept this award. Mrs. Sternot, we are very pleased to present to you the IEEE EAB Pre-University Educator Award for outstanding and innovative contributions to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education that inspire elementary school students. Congratulations.
I am so honored to be accepting this award today. Last year, I attended an IEEE kindergarten through 12th grade engineering education symposium in Florida, organized by IEEE's Yvonne over there. And it was so exciting to be there and meet people from around the world and hear how they were using IEEE's educational materials. I was able to attend this symposium because Brad Snodgrass of IEEE's Central Indiana section, he's right over there, do you see him? And he got me an invitation. Brad Snodgrass taught over 60 teachers from my district how to use IEEE Try Engineering lessons this past summer when we put on the 3-day conference. 5 teachers from my own school who participated convinced all the teachers in our school this year to teach one engineering lesson each month for 4 months leading up to a school-wide engineering family night, a first event. This is amazing that we have all these teachers doing it, and it's just so exciting. Thank you, IEEE and Brad and Yvonne and all the others that have put on these events that I've participated in and have made all of this possible in my school, my district, and in my state. Thank you.
As I say, to err is human, to engineer is divine. The second recipient of the Pre-University Educator Award is Mr. Sergio Ramos.
Mr. Sergio Ramos has been teaching electronics and information technology at Mario Sacramento School in Aveiro, Portugal since 2000. As an engineer and teacher, he has influenced students and other teachers by aligning his teaching with global market requirements dealing with research, development, production, and marketing of technological products. His broad integrated approach to teaching and learning mathematics, science, technology, and engineering has proven to be an effective methodology by enabling outstanding experiences within the pre-university education environment and attracting more young people to technical careers. Of the students directly involved, 86% have pursued higher education degrees in science and engineering. By promoting awareness of a global networked environment and leading his students to interact with scientists and engineers from various countries, his students have gained the confidence to present to wide audiences about science, technology, and the impact it has on our society. His efforts have expanded the school's network and established fruitful relationships with the U.S. Embassy in Portugal. Utilizing his teaching methodologies, Mr. Ramos has motivated his students to establish processes which help them to better develop their problem-solving skills. Serving as mentor and facilitator, his students have been able to use more suitable tools and technologies when designing and implementing electronic circuits and utilizing software and multimedia. Since 2009, Mr. Ramos has been establishing student teams, engaging them in national and international competitions related to science and engineering. As a teacher and enabler, his students have participated in various competitions worldwide and won first place 3 years in a row over 900 other competing teams. In 2012, his students received both a special ICT award for young scientists and researchers and the International Representation Award contests, This allowed them to participate in the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair in 2012, which is a world-class event. And remember, these are only high school students. Just wait till they get to college.
Unfortunately, again, due to the rescheduling of this event to February, Mr. Ramos is unable to join us this evening. We will proceed to recognize him with our acclamation. The IEEE EAB Pre-University Educator Award is presented to Mr. Ramos for promoting the active involvement of students in science, technology, and engineering, and motivating them to pursue technical careers. Congratulations.
Our next award is the Meritorious Achievement Award in Informal Education. This award provides recognition for members who volunteer time and effort for the informal education community and highlight the benefits that their work provides to pre-university and university teachers, students, parents of students, and the public. The recipient of this award is Dr. Ganbing Song.
Dr. Ganbing Song volunteered as technical advisor for the Children's Museum of Houston, CMH, in 2006. In collaboration with the Children's Museum, he developed SafeQuake, which is an interactive exhibit which has benefited more than 300,000 students. In the SafeQuake exhibit, participants experience the movement of a building during an earthquake, promoting curiosity regarding materials, vibration control, and earthquake engineering. The exhibit was highly unique and showed the use of advanced sensors, mechanical construction, and intelligent design. It also provided 2 senior design teams from the University of Houston a chance to exercise their engineering skills and produce a device that will help many learn about engineering. Since arriving at the University of Houston in 2006, Dr. Song has established a state-of-the-art smart materials and structures laboratory, which runs many experiments that vividly demonstrate the functions of smart materials, smart structures, and nanotechnology established structures. Under his leadership, 2 interactive demonstrations were developed in his labs at the university. Participants in both of these demonstrations totaled approximately 840,000 children, fueling their fascination in smart materials. Over 1.1 million students have been exposed to these and Dr. Song's other interactive exhibits. Due to his research and outreach achievements, Dr. Song's group has often been invited to showcase their research findings on smart materials and nanotechnologies at major public events. Through these events, an estimated 5,000 people interacted with experiments developed by his group. He has hosted multiple lab tours for pre-university students and educators, benefiting again an estimated total of 1,200 students during the past 10 years. He has showcased emerging technology at public events and demonstrations for visiting pre-university students. Dr. Song's work in informal education has fostered an interest in engineering and technology, captivating over 2 million people. Dr. Song, please join us on stage to accept this award.
Congratulations.
Dr. Song, we are very pleased to present to you the IEEE EAB Meritorious Achievement Award in Informal Education for excellence in informal education through innovative and interactive exhibits which benefit the public. Congratulations.
Well, it's great to be an IEEE member. Well, first I'd like to thank Children's Museum of Houston for the opportunity to have my exhibitions on display and to benefit children in the metropolitan area of Houston. And in particular, I'd like to thank Keith Osfield, Director of Design and Production, and Dr. Cheryl McCollum, Director of Education. Second, I'd like to thank National Science Foundation for providing for partial funding to make the exhibitions possible. In particular, Dr. Alfonso Di Senna, the program director, worked very closely on the exhibition. Third, I appreciate very much the students who participated in the design projects actually to physically build the exhibition. I'm going to name their names because they are the ones actually physically built the exhibition. Cynthia Arsenio, Michael Zupang, Juan Pablo, Eugene Klim, San Diego Rivera, Richard Norton, Derry Alkipi, Carsten Susino, Winston Edwards, and also several graduate students provide advice to the undergraduate design team. Lipong, Claudio, Mandip, Meaton, Singler. I'm actually very happy to say among these 4 people, actually the exhibition was built in 2007. Among these 4 people, 3 of them are PhDs now, and they are all working in R&Ds and in companies in Houston. One received a MS degree and now is working on his MBA. So this is not just informal education, and I think this also provides opportunity to formal education. Fourth, I'd like to thank Professor Xuemin Chen for his nomination, Dr. Marshall Schacht, VP of University of Houston for University Outreach, Dr. Pradeep Sharma, Chair of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Haida Malki, Chair of Engineering Technology, for their recommendation. Also, Keith Osfield from Children's Museum of Houston wrote a very nice letter. I appreciate that. Last but not least, I would like to thank my family, in particular my wife, Sean, my 2 sons. Actually, one of them was on the photo, Gregory, and Gavin, and also my mom for their help. Thank you very much. And once again, it's nice to be a IEEE member.
Moving along, our next award is a Meritorious Service Citation. This award recognizes those dedicated volunteers who have given outstanding and sustained service to the aims and objectives of the Educational Activities Board. The award this year is being presented to a team of 2 volunteers, Dr. Kapil Dandekar, a member of the IEEE Philadelphia section, and Dr. Saurabh Sinha, a member of the IEEE South Africa section.
In 2008, Drs. Dandekar and Sinha began the integration of Engineering Projects and Community Service, EPICS, into IEEE, mostly through interaction with IEEE student branches and their faculty advisors. And they've been expanding it ever since. The EPICS in IEEE program is a service learning program originally founded at Purdue University in 1995 with the goal to organize and support teams of undergraduate students who are designing, building, and deploying real systems to solve engineering-based problems for local community service and education programs. EPICS projects are typically developed by university students and their faculty advisors in cooperation with a community group or non-governmental organization. In recent years, the program was expanded through EPICS High to include high school students and their teachers. Although some EPICS projects took place outside the United States even before they began their efforts, one of Kapil and Saurabh's major contributions was to expand the program aggressively around the world with substantial presence in South America and Africa. Between 2009 and 2012, Kapil and Saurabh, assisted by the professional staff from the IEEE Educational Activities Department, managed to start 40 projects, ranging from devices to assist spastic children with communications in Hyderabad, India, to the deployment of sensor networks for air quality monitoring in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. These projects in 14 countries have enabled 27 IEEE student branches and involved close to 850 university and pre-university students as developers and implementers. The efforts initiated by Drs. Dandekar and Sinha have several additional impacts. They have mobilized and challenged IEEE student branches, contributed to IEEE's efforts to increase its humanitarian activities worldwide, helped expand IEEE's activities in Africa and India, improved IEEE's reputation in affected communities, and energized IEEE volunteers on 4 continents. The projects also attracted external support. IEEE members involved in a project focused on modeling and deploying of solar water geyser for a children's home received money contributions from Eskom, a South Africa electric public utility. In Philadelphia, the Clean Air Council provided equipment and logistical support to groups of students who were measuring air pollution in the vicinity of the Marcellus slate drilling sites. Kapil's and Saurabh's efforts included raising funds for projects, dissemination of programs to various organizational units of the IEEE, recruitment and training of volunteers, selection of projects and provisions of guidance to proposers, monitoring progress of multiple EPICS teams with ongoing guidance and communications. And they have done all of this as volunteers, expending their personal time and intellectual resources. They have served as leaders of EPICS teams on their own locales, served as designers, advisors, and fundraisers, authored reports, and grant requests. Because of the dedication and commitment to the EPICS in IEEE program, along with the support from local IEEE volunteers and student branches, Drs. Dandekar and Sinha have benefited more than 90,000 people by improving their quality of life and meeting community needs. Dr. Dandekar, Dr. Sinha, please join us on stage to accept this award.
Dr. Dandekar, Dr. Sinha, we are very pleased to present to you the IEEE EAB Meritorious Service Citation for spearheading the incorporation of the Engineering Projects and Community Service, EPICS program, in IEEE's educational activities and expanding the program globally. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to IEEE and the selection committee for this award. Rather than being an award to individuals, Saurabh Sinha and me, we interpret this award as a vote of confidence of the IEEE community in an idea, specifically to make sure that our students understand the societal benefits of engineering and to appreciate the power of engineering to contribute to community welfare. It is my sincere hope that this award represents a recognition in IEEE that developing social responsibility and communal awareness of future engineers, computing experts, and technologists is for us a core value. I've had the privilege of working very closely with Saurabh Sinha on the EPICS and IEEE program since its creation, and I look forward to our continuing collaboration and friendship. The work in EPICS and IEEE is most definitely a team effort, and I would like to recognize the rest of the EPICS and IEEE team: Yvonne, Allison, Prasanna, Nana, Maciek, and Subhavati. I'm most encouraged by the emergence of student leaders in EPICS who are ready to assume increased leadership with this long-term program. I'd also like to thank Leah Jameson and Bill Oakes from Purdue University for being absolutely inspiring when it comes to EPICS and service learning. I'd also like to thank Moshe Kam for his friendship and mentorship over the past 12 years. He is directly responsible for encouraging me to become involved with EPICS in the first place, and I'm very grateful. Finally, I'd like to thank my wife, Dia, and our children, Praveen and Rajiv, for opening my heart to make humanitarian projects even more rewarding. Thank you.
So thanks. So sometimes when you're at an awards evening, you have that feeling that sometimes you know who the recipients are, and at other times you don't. And if you don't, then you're seated and you're wondering what happens if you're called up. So fortunately in this case, the recipients were pre-informed, and we were all asked to prepare. I think it was an hour speech. So I've just started, and so of this hour, but fortunately the Mike and Kapil and Ramesh has done part of this job, so it's a little easier for me. So I will just do a 2-minute kind of an epic on it. So I think it is most appropriate for me to thank Moshe Kam for nominating Kapil and I for this award, to the IEEE Educational Activities Awards and Recognition Committee for honoring us. Also, as Kapil mentioned, I'd like to also state that we do see this award on behalf of the volunteer committee for EPICS and IEEE, to our professional staff partners, Yvonne Pelham and Alison Dare, who spent quite a bit of time with us on this initiative. And also, we would take this opportunity to thank our several non-governmental organizations, the communities, the broader IEEE, who have believed in EPICS and IEEE, and through this program, we're able to realize the IEEE's dream of advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all of your work. The final award this evening is the Vice President's Recognition Award. This award was established in 2001 to give the IEEE Vice President Educational Activities an opportunity to recognize individuals or organizations that have had a significant and substantial effect on the practice of engineering and on engineering education related to the mission of the EAB. The recipient of this year's IEEE EAB Vice President's Recognition Award is Dr. Yves Mayer. Dr. Yves Mayer is Professor Emeritus at École Normale de Chacun in France, has made fundamental contributions to a number of mathematical areas. He developed, for example, the theory of model sets in number theory, which has become an important tool in the mathematical study of quasi-crystals. Those are space-filling structures that are ordered but lack translational symmetry, and periodic order in general. Working with Ron Koifman and Alan McIntosh, he proved the continuity of the Cauchy interval operator on all Lipschitz curves, a long-standing problem in analysis. Dr. Mayer played a leading role in the modern development of wavelet theory, which has had a spectacular impact in information sciences, statistics, and technology. He constructed the first non-trivial wavelet basis, dramatically extending the expressive power of wavelets. This led to many applications in practice, in image processing, data compression, statistical data analysis, and elsewhere. Among the many applications of Dr. Mayer's work, the techniques for restoring satellite images and the image compression standard JPEG 2000 deserve particular mention. In 2010, Dr. Mayer was awarded the Gauss Prize for fundamental contributions to number theory, operator theory and harmonic analysis, and his pivotal role in the development of wavelets and multi-resolution analysis. Recently, Dr. Mayer found a surprising connection between his early work on model sets used to construct quasi-crystals, now called Mayer sets, and compressed sensing, a technique used for acquiring and reconstructing a signal utilizing the prior knowledge that it is sparse or compressible. Based on this, he developed a new algorithm for image processing. A version of this algorithm has been installed in the space mission Herschel of the European Space Agency, aimed at providing images of the oldest and coldest stars in the universe. In recommending Dr. Mayer for this award, his peers have highlighted a large number of achievements, breakthroughs, and contributions to education. Dr. Mayer, please join us on stage to accept this award. Dr. Mayer, I am pleased to present you the IEEE EAB Vice President's Recognition Award for fundamental contributions to wavelets, including the foundation for a proper mathematical framework and for influencing generations of students and researchers.
I would like to say a few words. First, that this award is very important to me. I have received several prizes, but I think this one is the most moving. It is the most moving because bridging the gap between mathematics, image processing, and signal processing has been, for me, a dream for a large number of years, and I have worked as hard as possible. I would never have achieved anything without the help of other people. Let me mention Jean Morlaix, who was an engineer in oil prospection, who unfortunately passed away, and who has been very influential in my work. And So Jean Morlet was not a mathematician at all. It was difficult for me to understand what he was telling, but I got the help of Alex Grossman, who was a physicist, in such a way that Alex Grossman helped me translated what Jean Morlet had in mind, and Jean Morlet had the vision, in such a way that I relied very much on the work and on the vision of other people. In mathematics, I've been very much influenced by Alberto Calderon, who also passed away, who was a professor at the University of Chicago. And one of the very early papers on wavelets was written by Alberto Calderon. It seems surprising, but it means that we can still hope in unifying science, and I think that's one of the main endeavors of mankind. So I'm extremely moved, as you can see from my speech, and I think that one of the most happy days on my life. Thank you very much.
Award recipients, by allowing us to honor you, you have also honored IEEE and its educational mission. The people you have seen here tonight impacted over 2 million individuals in more than 40 countries. I don't know about you, but I think it's true throughout this room that when we see the contributions, the efforts, the results of our awardees, our colleagues, our peers, it's inspirational. It causes us to ask what more we can do, and it also brings to mind really the power of the IEEE. And the power of the IEEE is connecting us to individuals of this level of quality and allowing us to aspire to do as well as they have done. So I would, on behalf of the IEEE Educational Activities Board, ask you to thank our awardees tonight and hope that we aspire to their achievements.